Okay, so we'll continue. Such a change is also used for fixing the rim on a wooden wheel of a cart as shown in the figure 6.7. Again, the metal rim is made slightly smaller than the wooden wheel. On heating, the rim expands and fits onto the wheel. Cold water is then poured over the rim, which contracts and fits tightly onto the wheel. This is again very important question, children. Why the rim is always slightly smaller than the wooden wheel? Why the metal rim is made? This question always comes. Why the metal rim is made slightly smaller than the wooden wheel? So you have to write the answer. On heating, the rim expands and fits onto the wood and fits onto the wheel. So when it expands, it fits nicely because it becomes bigger. Initially it was smaller, and then after putting it over the wooden wheel, what happens? We have to pour water so that quickly it contracts, it becomes smaller, and it fits tightly onto the wheel, children. Okay, so that's how the rim is fixed over the wooden wheel. Now, when we heat water in a pan, it begins to boil after some time. If we continue to heat further, the quantity of water in the pan begins to decrease. Have you noticed? If you have forgotten sometimes on the flame, the water becomes less, or sometimes the whole water disappears. Now, where does the water go? So what happened here in this? The water changes into its vapors. In activity 7, chapter 5, you have observed that water vapors gets changed into liquid water when it is cooled. You remember kettle, there was water, it boils, and then we keep a lid over that, and on the lid we keep some ice, and the steam which comes out of the mouth of the kettle, the things get the water gets condensed, and it changes into liquid. The vapors changes into liquids on cooling. Yeah. So on heating, water changes into vapors. On cooling, the vapor changes into water. Water means liquid, right? So liquid form of water. I have noticed melting of ice, isn't it? Ice melts when it is heated. And what does it change into? What does it change into when it is heated? Changes into water, isn't it? So, is it possible to change this water back to ice? Is it possible? When you freeze it, it will change back to ice, isn't it? So let us observe some more changes. So here you can see Bujo has often noticed that the road construction workers heat a black material tar for repairing the road. He wants to know whether the change used in the tar by heating can be reversed. So that we have to see. Can you bring back the tar when you freeze it? Can you get back the tar? Of course, they keep on heating it. It melts. Okay, it melts and it spreads evenly. Here, Paheli wants to know if you have ever seen a blacksmith making some tools. How does the blacksmith change a piece of iron into different tools? Everywhere the heat works. When he heat water, it becomes red hot, becomes soft. The answer is written here only. A piece of iron is heated till it becomes red hot. It then becomes soft and is beaten into desired shape. What change has taken place in iron on being heated? So when you on being heated, what happens in the what changes taken place in the shape? And when you heat it, the iron becomes red hot, the color changes, it becomes soft, the hardness changes, and you can beat it into desired shape. When it is soft, you can change it into different shapes. Okay, so let's move to activity number 7. Take a small candle and measure its length with a scale. Okay, now fix it at a suitable place and light it. So here we have taken a candle, right? So you have to take a candle, but you have to measure the length. So you please measure how much is the length of your candle. Okay, whether it is 10 centimeter, whatever is the length, you have to write down you have to keep it in the mind, right? Now what you have to do, you have to light it. So you have done that. Yeah, candle is lit here. Now fix it at a suitable place and light it. That we have already done. Let it burn for some time. Now blow out the candle and measure its length. After letting it blow for some time, we'll have to see whether the length decreased or how much it is decreased, right? And now some of the candle, it is giving you light, right? So it is getting evaporated, it's getting burnt. So when it burns, some of them are getting used up, right? Completely burnt and it's giving you light, right? So they are getting used up. You can't get it back when the light is when the candle is used up for burning. But few of the little bit of the candle, because of the heat, it gets melted, right? So melted can be you can get it back, but the rest which is already used up for the lighting, you cannot get it back. Okay, so melting of the candle can be reversed, but the burning of the candle cannot be reversed. Okay, children. So can you change the length of can the change in the length of the candle be reversed? So if it has become smaller now, when you will measure, definitely it will be smaller. Can this change be reversed? If you were to take some wax in a pan and heat it, can this change be reversed? Now, two things they are asking. One, if you burn it, and the size has become smaller, can you change it? Can you change the shape? Second, if the wax is given in the pan and you heat it, can this change be reversed? So naturally, when you heat the wax, it will melt. When you heat the wax, it melts, right? And when you cool it, it comes back to its original hardness. But here, when it is already burnt, will it be coming back? Will you be able to bring it back? No. So, melting of wax, you can give the example in examples of the reversible change is melting of wax. So, melting of wax can be cooled, isn't it? But when you write burning of wax, okay, burning of wax, when you burn the wax, will you get it back? No. So it is two different things. Melting is different and burning is different, children. So in this candle, when you blow it, both the things are happening together. Burning is also happening together, and here you can see melting is also taking place simultaneously. Okay, so when they ask you, here you can see it's being heating, it is burning, right? So burning of the candle, this is burning of the candle, this is irreversible. Melting of the candle means wax is reversible. Okay, understood? So here we are done with this melting thing and burning thing.